Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back with a Bodymoor Bulletin, just rounding up the latest Aston Villa news. I thought I needed to come on separate to our usual match previews, match reactions, talking tactics, just because there's been a fair bit of news in the Villa universe of late. So I thought I would just round it up. Before I go on, do please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us on the road to 3K. We are way past 2,400, almost at 2,500. So do please hit that like button. It helps spread the word of the channel. You guys can help us do that, and do subscribe if you are new and you enjoy what you see. So yeah, we've got badge dramas, we've got kit controversy, we've got Ollie Watkins contract, and we have Alex Moreno potential setbacks. So where do we start? Let's go with the kits, because this has been an issue since pre-season, and a lot of people had noticed in when we were in the States that, after sort of 10, 15 minutes even of Villa playing a game, particularly in their home strip, it looked like they'd been, absolutely drenched through with sweat. Looked like they've been going through torrential rain, and we thought it might be down to potentially just playing in the hot weather. There's, obviously the heat in America, and the sweat coming through, but it's been the case in the numerous games, whether that be home, away in the UK, whether that be over in Legia, and now it's kind of reared its head because the players have actually come out and said it is actually debilitating to them in terms of their being able to play effectively. And obviously we've had some good results. It's not doing down. It's not really doing much in terms of the results, but just aesthetically looking at it, weighing down on the players. Some players who aren't particularly fast, it might be weighing down on them even more because they're obviously exerting more effort. Some of the players who are quicker, maybe it's dragging on them as they're trying to run. So it could be an issue, and obviously the women's team as well. This has raised an additional issue. The women's team kick off their games on Sunday in the WSL. They already said they didn't like it, apparently, in the friendly game that they had, in the preseason friendly game that they wore the shirts, and this is going to add another layer to the problem. So Castore really do need to sort this out now. I don't know what they'll do. Will they change the technology? Will they change the composition of the kit? Will they seek other input from other experts? I know people have put out on Twitter. And then also from a Aston Villa perspective, what will it do to the relationship with Castore? Obviously, we signed a multi-year deal. It's, I believe, in its second year now. Does this mean we're going to exit the contract early? I would suggest yes. And obviously, I put a tweet out suggesting, who would we like to make our next kit, and it's had almost 1,000 votes on it already. Vast majority are saying Adidas, which seems to be a real popular one, but also Puma getting votes, also Nike getting votes, and Luke Roper getting quite a few votes as well as the other choice, and even Hummel getting votes as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we get Adidas, because Newcastle have just kind of ended their deal with Castore and gone for Adidas. But I believe Nassef Soares has a stake in Adidas, and it might be quite difficult in terms of conflict of interest for us to go for them. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments what's going to happen. But it looks like it's going to have to be urgently looked at, particularly with the women's game getting involved. Yeah, rightly so. It needs to be urgently addressed. Whether it's done now or whether it's done, in international break, I don't know. But will Villa wear their different kits over the next few games? Who knows? But yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. But I don't think this is one that's gonna drop very quickly. Also regarding the badge. We've now had it that the club are gonna consult fans again on the badge. It was obviously a sort of really badly kept secret that they weren't particularly happy with it after going with two badges for the season on kit and on media. For me, I'm not hugely fussed on badges. It's been interesting to see that the single lion has been used on quite a lot of promotional material. So I would suggest that even though they're going to look for fan interaction, I would suggest that they're going to look for that more clean design. And I do believe a lot of supporters were saying that in the first place. So yeah, interested to see what they do with fan input, whether they give the options first and then go to the fans, or whether they get like a consultation of supporters who are designers to look at it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. But they need to get this right. I think it's cost them a lot of money to go with it again. But maybe it's less than actually, scrapping the whole project first of all. Again, as I say, I'm not too fussed on badges and stuff like that. But if it's something that's going to carry through the club through the years, then they do need to get it right. Also, we've had in the news about Ollie Watkins and his contract. We talked about this in the fans forum. Looks like things are moving a little bit more steadily along the line. And if a reports are to be believed, he's ready to sign a long-term deal, making him one of the highest paid players at the club. I think, in terms of his statistics, he deserves that. He is the number one striker. We need to look at whether he is long term our number one striker or whether we're going to bring people in to compete with him. But yeah, in terms of his numbers and what he's delivered, I think he deserves a longer term deal. But there were also rumours of Arsenal being interested in him and maybe even his agent having talks with Arsenal. Now, to me, that looks like a little bit of agent, pushing the envelope to Villa a little bit, saying, look, we've got other options for him. Get his terms sorted. This is what he's asking for, and he'll sign it. So I would anticipate an Ollie Watkins signing a contract quite quickly. And as I alluded to in my fans forum, I do think that maybe international break, when the news feeds a little bit more quiet, I would expect to see an Ollie Watkins contract extension announcement. Finally, Alex Moreno it's been told, is taking extra time to rest and recuperate from his injury. He was obviously named in the squad against Legia Warsaw, but didn't make the squad against Chelsea on Sunday. And we'll see whether he's in the squad for tonight. But it does look like it's going to be a couple of weeks. It does look like it's going to be after the international break, which leaves the question of, does Luca Dean, obviously Luca Dean's our left back, but can he cope with all games coming through? And with Diego Carlos maybe not back fit, we'll see. Does that put additional pressure on, getting Longley up to speed, because Pau Torres might be able to set into the left back slot. So it does leave us a little bit light and maybe brings into question, letting someone like Ashley Young leave so abruptly and not necessarily bringing anyone in that fullback position to cover. I'm sure we'll be back after pre-season, and Dina has played pretty well, although his defending is a little bit suspect. But we'll have to wait and see on that. So yeah, it's not the ideal news, but we've got Ramsey back fit, hopefully. Would like to see the news on Carlos, and obviously, should Moreno come through training well, hopefully after international break he will be back. That's it for latest news. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the kit, on the club badge, on Moreno, and on Watkins' contract. Thank you so much. I will be back with instant match reaction after the Everton game, hopefully a successful one, and see who we've got in the next round. We'll also be back with Brighton previews, and we'll also be back with Brighton match reaction and the fans forum over the next few days. So do keep in tune with the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help us on the road to 3K. Your support has been amazing over the last year or so, and particularly the last few months. So thank you all for watching. And as always, remember, we all follow the Villa. Thanks, everyone.